Welcome back to Weeb Cafe. I am Claire here with my friend Kris. Today we are going to be talking about, drumroll, the sexualization of minors in the cosplay community. Y'all better sit down, buckle up for this one, because this is gonna be a bumpy ride.
Oh, spicy topics. Here we are.
Alright, so let's talk about what the phrase sexualization of minors means in the cosplay community. Let's say, like, being lewd, dressing in lingerie, kissing someone, acting coupley, being an adult by dressing up in a character that is, quote unquote, canonly a younger age than you are, specifically under the age of 18. And so an example of that would be someone who is dressed as Deku from My Hero Academia, kissing another cosplayer who's in another cosplay from My Hero Academia, and they are kissing. And somehow that means that you are sexualizing a minor because Deku is a minor in the show. That's what it means in the cosplay community.
Even though the whole show is a flashback. And the fact that there are actual real life minors who are doing way worse things than that.
Exactly. So sexualization of minors in real life is more on the lines of bringing awareness to pedophilia and how it is a legit and actual problem that a lot of kids have to deal with. And we can talk about this later, how the phrase has kind of been normalized because of this weird sexualization of minors in the cosplay community that has really watered down the term. Hey, Kris, this has happened to you before. Would you like to share the story of how you were attacked with the phrase sexualization of a minor?
God, what was it? In May, I think it was? My girlfriend, who I would like to start off by saying we are both 24, we're doing Kachako Week, which for those who don't know, it's the ship pairing of Ochako Uraraka and Bakugo Katsuki from My Hero Academia. There was a bonus day, and the bonus day was spicy mochi, and it was kind of like a free prompt so you could do whatever. So Jalitza was like, I want to do something a little spicier. So she wore lingerie, and there's a picture of us kissing, and I'm grabbing her butt. But I specifically stated in the description that we were both over the age of 21, we are both consenting adults, and we are obviously in a relationship. And then on top of that, just because we're cosplaying like a character who is 15 in the show does not automatically make us 15. And I even said, for the purposes of this, because people are going to get mad, the characters are our age. I posted that picture, and it was very well received by a lot of people. A lot of people love it. Kachako's a really popular ship. I was like, fine. But then I started getting comments of people saying, that's gross, you're sexualizing as a minor, you're a pedophile, and just like all this stuff. And it got to the point where at first I was just deleting the comments and blocking the people. And then it just like kept happening. Like it was just like an outpour. And every once in a while there would be a nice comment. And it just got to the point where, like, I mentally couldn't take it anymore, that I had to turn off commenting on my post, and then I had to take, like, a 4-day break from Instagram, because, like, I just couldn't deal with it. But to make matters worse, which I think might have been what happened, is a cosplayer that I was mutuals with, that I really admired, too, on top of this, posted on their story saying that they had to just unfollow somebody because they posted a picture of them lewding and sexualizing minors. And I just happened to actually be checking Instagram stories that day, and I came across their story, and I was like, oh, I did just post that photo earlier today. Let me see if it was me. It was me!
Wow.
So I had a lot of people telling me that I was a pedophile for kissing my girlfriend and grabbing her ass, even though I clearly stated we were both over the age of 21. We are consenting adults, and we are not actually 15.
But also, neither of you look 15. Like, not even a little bit.
True.
which I know isn't the point, but if you can't tell from context clues, you're an adult and you're not going to see a 15-year-old walking around in lingerie. Like, it's not it's not a thing.
But this is something also that you and I talked about, because I remember you called me after you saw my story and I told you what had happened, and we were talking about it, and you had said that logic that people are using, that because I cosplay a character who canonly in the show is 15, doesn't make me suddenly 15. And that doesn't mean if a 15-year-old cosplays Aizawa for My Hero, it doesn't suddenly make them 30.
You're absolutely right. There's not a rule book. Like, these people who decide to attack cosplayers based on what content they choose to enjoy and they choose to create, they don't have the authority to say, oh, this isn't okay. What I do is okay because it's me and I'm perfect and I can never do any wrong, but because it's this other person, no. That's not okay. And I've decided it, and therefore I'm going to send all my hellhound followers and I'm going to go attack you.
There is this line that everybody seems to forget exists. And this is something that I've seen people pull up multiple times in the cosplay community over a bunch of like different subjects. The line is that you are not the person you are cosplaying. And that's not just with age-wise and saying you're sexualizing characters, but also, like, there was one bigger cosplayer that was talking about it, and I guess they were at a convention. I think it was Hallmat. And they were at the bar, and they were in Deku, and somebody came up to them and said they couldn't drink, even though this cosplayer is over the age of 21. And I was like, first off, if a child comes up and tells me that at a con, I'm gonna drop kick them across the room.
Oh my god.
I did 21 years of waiting to drink legally.
And I'm not gonna have some kid tell me that I can't take a shot. Fuck you, kid. So I'm gonna share what happened to me. My best friend, ashes.cos. Go check out her page. It's amazing.
You're not biased or anything.
Yeah, I'm completely unbiased. And we were doing a wedding day shoot because Ash had a sponsor for someone got sponsored to make a wedding day post. And so we went out and with Sierra Avenger on Instagram, and we did a wedding day with Toto, Roki, Deku, and then Bakugo, and then we switched off doing pairings throughout the day. And it was really fun. We made a whole bunch of content. I had posted some of the videos from that shoot before. None of them really got any negative feedback. And then one day, I wake up to like a billion messages on my phone, and the video that got kind of tagged was me and Ash. I'm in Bakugo and Ash is in Deku. And we were lip syncing Rewrite the Stars from The Greatest Showman. And just moving around on the train and being very cinematic and stuff like that. We did not touch. We did not kiss. It was just cute. It was literally just cute. There was no tension or anything like that. But that video, it didn't even get blown up because it doesn't even have like 10K likes on it. It does have like over 50K, 60K views though, because it was just insane. But this person on TikTok who had like 400,000 followers is not a cosplayer. It's one of those accounts where it's a video of someone doing a gameplay and then it's just like a voiceover. It's one of those type of creators. And he had stitched my video like in the front and said like, this is why anime sucks, like the My Hero fandom is disgusting and toxic and they're sexualizing minors, they're making these characters gay, they're not gay, why are you making them gay? Which, by the way, you can just say that you're homophobic and just save us all some time.
We love a homophobic troll. We love it.
We love them so much. Protect them. But he sent his horde after me. And I did at one point start taking screenshots before I turned off comments on that video. But I did at one point have some of my favorite comments that they had posted. I think I might have deleted them just because my mental health said, let's stop looking at these all the time. So yeah, I think I deleted them. But some of them, a lot of them were you're a pedophile, you're sexualizing Bakugo and Deku, like, they're not gay, why are you making them gay? Like, this is why, like, gay, one of them was like, this is why gay people shouldn't have social media. That was a full-on comment.
God, I fucking hate it here.
See, here's the thing though, a lot of those people in the comments were saying, this is why I'll never watch My Hero Academia. A lot of them weren't even a part of the fandom. And the ones who were a part were like, ugh, you ruined My Hero Academia. I'm never watching it again. You've ruined it. And I'm like, aw, I have so much power over your tiny little feeble brain. That one video that I make has now changed your entire life, which is insane. But what ended up happening is that one video went viral. Like 200,000 people liked it. That one hate video. And then it spawned, I think I had maybe 10 made against me.
Oh, I only saw 2 of them.
Yeah. And then I just stopped looking at it. So I went off TikTok for like a week. But what ended up happening was that I did make some nice allies. And so one of my allies, I told them, I was like, hey, I want to know who, I don't want to be sent the video of who puts another hate video out on me, but I want to know their at so that I can block them. And it was 10 people at the end of when it all was done. Now I had a whole bunch of people make videos in support of me, including Kris's girlfriend, Jaleesa. Love her. That's my bubba right there. We were lip singing to Greatest Showman. It was the weirdest thing to get hate on, but something that I kind of just find just kind of interesting is that no matter what I had posted, I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think it would have mattered if we were full on making out in the video, or if we literally were just doing what we were doing, which is lip syncing to a song. Those are 2 very different videos. And I think that since the video that I made wasn't inherently sexual and it got the response of something that is sexual, it shows me that it doesn't matter what the thousands, the hundreds, however many people commented, you're horrible, you're a pedophile, you're sexualizing minors. All those people don't care about the actual sexualization of actual minors, because those people, a lot of them followed me before or even after. Some of them actually did follow me, but the way they were sent there because this person who they idolize has said, go attack this person. And they're good little followers, and they think, oh, if I go tell this person to, I'm not gonna do it, to harm themselves, because I got a few of those comments, then they'll notice me, they'll love me, look at me, I'm such a good follower, I'm doing everything you say without taking the time to pause and think, is this something that I should be commenting on another person's post? Throwing out the window the other creators' mental health, the other creators' just personality, or just really stop to think that the person that you are commenting these things on is a human being who will read comments and not take them to heart, but just, no one likes to be called horrible things. No one wants to be told to go hurt themselves because they're horrible. It's just, I don't think that a lot of these kids, because like you said, a lot of them were kids, I don't think they understand the weight of their words. And I think that because they have grown up more than we have, because both of us kind of grew up a little bit without technology before it blew up. These kids have only known technology. Here's the thing. I don't think it's a blame like of technology. I think that this was going to happen eventually. The problem that I think that there is the lack of education beforehand, because I know you remember, and I definitely remember having a whole big discussion with not only my parents, but also like at school about strangers on the internet. Because remember like Facebook trafficking? Remember that? Like in the beginning of Facebook and stuff like that, like a whole bunch of people went missing when that first started up, when people figured out, oh, you can use social media for evil and stuff like that. So it was really drilled into our head. And also cyberbullying. That was a really big thing that also came up in the, like with MySpace.
Oh, good old days.
This really like mass following of someone that you don't know is relatively new, because on MySpace and Facebook and even Twitter in the like beginnings and Instagram, like stuff like that, you didn't follow a random person. You followed people you knew. And I would say up until like Vine was, I think, one of the first things where you followed one person and you had no idea who they were. You liked their content and they had a whole bunch of followers, but there's this veil, this curtain, like you're hidden. No one knows who you are. You can have username 1567 and that is all you are to the entire world, is just that one name. And it's new, and there's a freedom that comes with not having your full name on the internet, not being in the public light. There's some power that comes with that, and with especially minors and especially teenagers and preteens coming into this new development in their life where they're just, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but just angry at the world and at their situation. They're figuring out who they are and they want to change who they are, but they don't really have any control over it. What they do have control over is what they say and who they say it to. And I think that they are kind of feeding off of the power of, oh, this person that I really, really admire told me to go like yell at this person and just spread hate all over their page. I can do that because I idolize this one person, and therefore everything they say is the word of God. And so I'm going to go and I'm going to go tell this person that they're being a pedophile. I guarantee you a majority of the people who commented that stuff on your post and the majority of people who commented stuff on my post would not have commented otherwise if that one person had not said, you need to go attack this person. They are ruining My Hero Academia. They are sexualizing minors. A majority of those people would not have given it a second glance.
It's not so much the fact that it's the technology is to blame, but the fact that kids more openly have access to the internet and these other people where they can get in the following of the wrong kinds of people, that they can easily get them to do things. And then, like you said, they don't realize the weight of their words that they're saying to somebody.
Okay, so I want to talk about how the reason why people are mad at My Hero Academia cosplayers doing sexual stuff is because in the show they're 15. Now, here's the thing. Apart from the fact that the show is a flashback, apart from that, which it is, does a character have to be a specific age? So therefore, if a 24-year-old person cannot cosplay Deku who is 15, does that mean that a 17-year-old can also not cosplay Deku because he is 15?
It's just because somebody else ignited the flame.
Where is the line drawn? And you cannot call it at 18.
And I'm like, first off, if you shouldn't be that much of a follower that you're not even going to think for yourself.
Doesn't make sense, because one day you're 17, one day you're a minor, and the next day you are not. And in that way you can vote. One day you are not eligible to vote, and one day you are. But one day you are allowed to cosplay a minor. On one day you're like, oh, I'm going to go get into Deku. Next day, throw that shit away. Not anymore. We can't dictate that, because that's just, it's too constrictive. And it's just weird. I've seen a lot of people, not as much like anymore, even though I do see like a couple, like a few. A lot of people sexualize Naruto. A lot of people. But it's now suddenly okay because in the anime they're actually older. They're adults. Except here's the thing. Sasuke wears a different outfit and you're sexualizing him in his first season outfit, but suddenly it's okay for you to do it because you need some type of moral handout that says, oh, I'm giving you a pass to do this because the character has now grown up. So even though you are in the outfit of them and when they were, how old were they when they first started, like 11?
I don't know, I haven't watched Naruto.
And so they'll just be going around and be like, oh, it's okay because the show's over, like they're adults. That's fine. Again, I don't have any problem with you, like if you are an adult and you want to go and you gonna go wear a sexy Sakura costume, you want to do sexy jutsu from Naruto, you want to go do that? Hell yeah, if you're an adult. If you are an adult, you can do whatever you want because you're an adult. If you're a minor, that's different. You are in the care of someone else. It's not always a safe environment. And us being adults, we can handle ourselves because we are adults. Minors? No. They don't know. They don't know how to handle situations like that. Can we talk about, though, how people do the same exact content, the same exact My Hero Academia content on Haikyuu, and it does not get nearly as much hate? Not saying that I think there should be more. I think there should be less hate. But I think it's very interesting that My Hero Academia is 99% of the time the fandom that gets shit on for quote-unquote sexualizing minors.
I think that is because My Hero is such a household anime name right now. Like, so many people watch it because it's so big. Comparing to some of the classics, like Naruto is huge. People still know what that is, even though the show's been over forever, and now they have his son's show. People still know about Sailor Moon. That ended in the 90s. They just rebooted it in 2014. And so, like, My Hero is to the point where it's one of those animes. My Hero has gotten to that point where it's one of those things where everybody knows what it is. Even if you don't watch it, you know what it is. Like, it's in Hot Topic, it's in ThinkGeek, it's in all of those nerdy sites. It's all over Amazon, all over Etsy. Like, people are making so much merch for it. Because it is so huge and so well loved, the fan base is massive. And because it's so big, people are just going to attack things.
You're absolutely right. The more popular a show is, the higher amount of hate people are going to get for it. And I think, again, with this age of sharing creations on a public site, which, for the record, just to like reiterate, none of us get paid to do this. Like, we choose to. It's not like man, it's Tuesday. Better go paint my entire body pink. Like, it's something that we like to do, that brings us joy, that we like doing with our friends, and it's something that brings us happiness. It has nothing to do with user 1267 and that person's ideal that, oh man, Bakugo and Deku, they aren't gay. Why are you making them gay? How dare you? You're ruining everything. I hate you so much.
But it's just like, if you don't like that kind of content, you can cater your own feed to not include that. Don't interact with those posts. Don't like them. Don't comment on them on Instagram or on TikTok, because when you interact with a post, even when you send it to somebody else, that changes the algorithm for your personal feed.
And I just want to point out that I did the math. So my followers grew by 33% after that hate video. 33%.
I would like to say that the 12-year-olds that are writing these trollish comments on everything and just wanting to hate on everyone are also the same people who look at not safe for work art or read very, very raunchy fan fictions, which are not always aged up characters. And I'm like, you can't You cannot pick and choose what you consider that. If me kissing my 24-year-old girlfriend and grabbing her butt when I clearly said we are not 15 makes me a pedophile, then you should be a pedophile too, because you just read a very raunchy one-shot where you watched fucking Deku get pegged to shit from Bakugo. You know, the author probably didn't say anything about their age, which leaves you to assume, if they don't state what age it is, that they are in fact their canon age. But you never see that kind of stuff.
Because it's privately enjoyed. It's not publicly enjoyed. People read that shit in private, but since you're like sharing it on Instagram, it's the same thing of oh, I can pretend to be like really good, like, oh, I'm so nice, I'm such a nice person, or like the mean girls at like in high school who like they make face with everyone else being like, oh, I'm such a nice person, I'm such a nice person, and then behind your back they're being mean. It's the same exact thing. They could be like, oh man, I look down at those people, like, oh, I'm so perfect and everything else. And then you go and you read a one shot about people, kids being pegged and whatever, and literally some of those, because I have definitely seen those, because there was a series on TikTok about that kind of stuff, because someone had the exact same point that you did, Kris, of these people are reading these fics that are set in UA, like they're just happening in the classroom, in the actual school, and yet you want to go and hate on someone who is an adult for enjoying cosplay. Like, it's not, there's not the correlation between, oh, you're 15 does not apply because you're not 15.
We are out of time. This has been a spicy, heated rant. I do want to say we do have a Twitter. It is Weeb Chat Podcast. Be sure to follow us there. You can tweet at us. I share the link for new episodes. You can ask us questions, recommend us animes, recommend us topics that you want us to cover. All right, so we will catch you guys next week.
Bye.